Good morning, everybody. So glad to have you with us. Today's class will focus on discovering a bit of newness, a little bit of a different perspective in your postures. So maybe we're in a posture that you've been in a million times and invite you to see it and feel it a little bit differently. So let's come to our backs with our knees bent and our feet on the ground. And as you settle in here, we tend to go back to the places that we've always been. So can you shift something? Maybe that means bringing the shoulders together just a little bit more. Maybe taking the feet and pushing them into the ground. Tucking the chin slightly so that the spine is nice and long. And then if you always rest with your hands palms up, maybe try palms down. If you rest palms down, try palms up. And notice where we are this day. And then begin to notice our breath. And I invite you to breathe in until you feel satisfied. And then exhale until you feel like you need to breathe again. This breath of satisfaction. Not paying attention to the number of seconds that it takes on your inhale or your exhale, but really tuning into the sensation of it all. And noticing the belly rise and the belly falls. And tuning into what happens in your throat as you transition from inhale to exhale and exhale to inhale. Then with our next inhale, we'll come to a dynamic bridge pose. So push the feet down into the earth. Inhale, hips rise, arms come all the way up overhead, and we'll hold here. So backs of the palms are on the ground. Hips shoot up towards the sky and heart moves towards your chin. Let's take a moment and wiggle the fingers at the top of the mat. One more breath in and stretch just a bit more. And then as we roll down, imagine the spine imprinting into your mat, one vertebrae at a time. Again, rise up. Inhale, tuck the tailbone. We come all the way up, pausing here and taking a breath. And then with your next exhale, roll the spine down. And one more. We'll inhale, curve the tailbone, and just feel into all of the spaces, noticing what's happening. One more breath in, and exhale, roll it down. When your tailbone comes to the ground, bring the knees in towards the chest. Let the hands rest on the knees, and you can rock slowly side to side. And then let's come back to center, and we'll take a reverse tabletop here. So shins are parallel to the ground, knees are above the hips. And then let's inhale the hands straight up towards the ceiling. Tuck in through the belly, deep inhale. And as we exhale, left leg and right arm extend. Let the left leg hover above the ground. Inhale back through center. Exhale, right leg and left arm extend and come back to center. So keep alternating here. Nice stretch and core work. If your arms get off and are mismatched with your legs, it's no problem. Just working with the breath here and taking time to breathe, feel into sensation. One more each side. And then let's come to center here. Open up the arms to a cactus, keeping the legs in this reverse tabletop. And take a breath in. And then as we exhale, knees fall over to the left and let them hover above the ground. Inhale, use the core as you come up to center. And exhale, knees to the right. Inhale up through center. Exhale, knees to the left. Inhale up through center. Exhale, knees to the right. As you come up this time, think about squeezing the ankles together. We'll do 2 more each side, especially as you come up. So squeeze those feet together. Not feet, ankles really. Exhale it out. Inhale it out. So 1 more time each side. And when we land on the right side here, let's come into a twist. So let the knees fall down towards the ground. Let the shoulders open up. Notice the breath. Let's move back into that breath of satisfaction. Next inhale, come up through center. And then exhale, knees to the left and come into a twist. And gaze up at the ceiling or over to the right. One more breath in. And back to center. Squeeze both knees in towards the chest. So we'll work our way into tabletop. You can rock and roll or come to the side, however you'd like to. Move yourself on up. And then let's set ourselves up with our hands under our shoulders and our knees under our hips. And let's inhale, drop the belly and lift the chest. And then exhale, round through the spine. So cat and cow, real common poses here. As we move through it several times, notice something new. Can you push down through the hands a bit more? And as the hands draw back, the heart can move forward just a bit. As you exhale, push down through feet and hands. Feel that resistance as the spine arches like a cat. So moving with your own breath. There's no rush. And then let's come back to center here. We'll move the hands out in front of us just a bit and come into blossoming lotus. So as we come forward into low plank, or what's this called? I can't remember what that's called. this posture here. Move the shoulders back, lift the chin, and then round through the spine, come back towards cat. Yeah, low plank on your knees is what I was thinking about. So now we're here, rounding through the spine. As we inhale and rise up, take your time, and then feel that point at which now the spine's going to change directions, and we'll drop the hips, lift the chest and chin, move the shoulders down, and then push back and feel that point at which the spine rounds. Take 2 more of these, blossoming lotus to child's pose. Last one. And sit the hips back as we come into child's pose. The knees can be either close together or further apart. Nice deep breath in. As the forehead rests on the mat. And then when you're ready, inhale and come up to tabletop. Let's extend the right leg long and behind you. Heel towards the sky, toes down towards the earth. And then left arm forward. Inhale, reach and extend. And then exhale, we're going to take the right leg out to the right, left arm to the left. So making like a line, a diagonal line, and then come back to center. Inhale like the arms of a clock, and back to center. And one more, inhale, and back to center. Let's take that left arm down, and then lower the right foot down to the earth. Left hand comes under left shoulder, and then inhale the right arm up. Side plank here. And push down through the outer edge of the right foot. And then as we inhale and reach the right arm up and over our head, flutter the fingers, just feeling that sensation. And then exhale, hand down towards your waist. Inhale, reach the right arm up and over. And when it gets to its furthest point, flutter the fingers. Exhale it back down. One more time. Inhale, reach up overhead, flutter the fingers. And then from here, we'll lift the back leg. So our right leg is parallel to the ground. And then an option to stay here. You can keep fluttering if that feels right. Or bend through the right knee. Reach back and grab the right foot. Push the hips forward. Open up through the chest. Two more breaths. And slowly release the leg down. Coming back towards tabletop. But let's keep the right leg extended for just a moment and flex through your back heel. And then slide the right knee back next to the left. And we'll switch sides. Extend the left leg long. Push down through the left hand for some nice support. And then reach the right arm forward. Inhale, reach and extend. And then exhale, hand towards the right, leg towards the left. Inhale back to center. Inhale, diagonal line. Getting into those obliques, back to center. And one more. Inhale and open. And exhale back. Right hand down, left leg down. Let's inhale up the left arm for side plank. Squaring through the hips here. And then inhale, left arm up ahead. Wiggle the fingers. Exhale it back down. Inhale, up and over. Wiggle the finger. The yoga version of jazz hands. And back down. And one more. Inhale, reach up. Wiggle the fingers. And find some steadiness here as we lift the left leg. And stay here or bend through the left knee and grab the left foot with your hand. Take 2 breaths here, maybe shifting your gaze if you always look down at your hand. See what it's like to look up towards the ceiling. And then exhale. Release the leg long. Rotate the hips back towards center and take a stretch of the shin and calf on the left side. And then let's bring the left knee back in. Take the knees wide and let's come back down to child's pose. Extend the arms forward, forehead to the ground. Something new to notice here. Maybe you bring your focus to the base of your skull. Perhaps to the heart, and think about the heart sinking down towards the mat. Maybe notice one of your toes. One more breath in. And then as we release, we'll rise up through tabletop, tuck the toes, and come into downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal out through the feet. That same idea in child's pose of the heart moving down towards the mat, but here we want it to move back and down. So heart really moving towards the thighs. And then bring the feet together. And let's inhale the right leg up. And just noticing what's happening here. So we continue to push our hands away, head in between the elbows. And then exhale, and we'll bend the right knee and bring it through to a lunge. We'll stay low, back knee is lifted, but if it's more comfortable, you can have it down. You can have some blocks underneath your hands if that's helpful here. And see if you can just bring your heart forward a bit. Taking your gaze out in front of you, pushing through the back heel. One more breath in. And then plant the left hand or fist. And inhale the right arm up for a twist. Still pushing through the back heel. And exhale, set the hand down. Both hands to the ground. Step the right leg back. Pausing in high plank. And exhale, release. Back to downward dog. Feet together. And then let's inhale the left leg high. Heel lifts. Head in between the elbows. And when you're ready, exhale, bring it through. Low lunge on this. Now just finding our grounding here. As we drop the thigh down towards the earth, but then push through the heel. And then can you lift up through the chest just a bit? One more breath in. Plant the right hand and inhale the left arm up for a twist. And exhale, release. Set the hand down. Step the leg back. High plank. And then exhale it back. Downward facing dog. Let's walk our feet up towards our hands and come into a forward fold here. A little bit of a break for the arms. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhale up, halfway lift. Parallel torso to the ground. Exhale, round it down. And then push down through the feet. And inhale and rise. Arms all the way up overhead. And when you get here, wiggle those fingers. Noticing what sensation you experience as you do that. And exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, rise up, arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms, slight back bend here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, bring it through for a lunge. So adding on here, we find our grounding here, and then we're gonna just inhale the arms straight out in front of us. So still staying sort of low. Deep breath in. And then exhale, hands come back down. Plant that left hand, but don't dump all your weight into it, and inhale the right arm up. From here, come up onto the tips of the left fingers, and then lift so that the fingers are off the ground. So we're in a twist here, lifted. One more breath in. Exhale takes us up to standing twist. Whew. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, drop the right arm and inhale the left arm up. So an exalted crescent here. And then inhale back through center, both arms up. Exhale, let's come to warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Fingers come together. Maybe take your gaze up. Exhale, bend into warrior two. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, bend. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, bend and hold in warrior two. Drop the back arm. Lift the front, reverse warrior. And exhale, we'll windmill ourselves down. Hands on either side of our foot. Step the right foot back and come to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bring it through, low lunge. Find your lunge. And then inhale, reach the arms forward. So chest comes off of the thigh. You can always bring this back knee down if that's helpful. Exhale, both hands down. Right hand plants. And inhale the left arm up. As we scissor the legs together, we'll come up off of this right hand into a twist. And then rise up all the way. Standing twist. Deep breath in. Exhale, exalted, drop the back arm and lift the front. So a little bit of a twist here as we reach back. And then inhale, left arm up to meet the right. And exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the legs. Hands come up overhead. Exhale, bend into the lunge. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend. Once more, inhale, rise. Exhale, bend and hold. Gaze out over your front fingers. Drop the back arm. And inhale up for reverse warrior. Exhale, release. Windmill ourselves all the way down. This time, step the back foot up to meet the right. Come into a forward fold. Let the head and neck be nice and heavy. Let's just take the feet out a little bit wide for the moment. And bring the feet hip distance apart. Bend into the left knee. Left hand in front of the left foot. And inhale the right arm up for a twist. Little jazzy fingers here for a moment, just noticing something different. And then exhale, release. Back through center, bend into the right knee. And inhale the left arm up. And twists are a really interesting place to find something new. There can be such points of restriction for us. Exhale, back down through center. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands through heart center. Let's pause here for a moment. Feel into the feet. See if you can spread your shoulders to the opposite sides of your space. Let your chin be parallel to the ground. And feel the top of your head reaching up towards the heavens. We'll add on to our standing series here. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, rise. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it through for a lunge. Inhale, one breath here. And then exhale, arms reach forward. Engage the core. Exhale, hands come down. Plant the left hand. Inhale, right arm up, twist. Now take your time here as you ease up off of the left fingers and come all the way up to standing twist. Deep breath in. Exhale, exalted, drop the back arm, lift the front. Inhale, both arms up to center. And exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the leg, look up. Exhale, bend into warrior two. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend and hold. This will be different this time. We'll inhale up to star pose here. Heels in, toes out. Wiggle through the fingers, let the heart come forward. And exhale, forward fold. Feet can come more parallel. Wide leg, forward fold. Plant the left hand underneath your nose. Inhale, right arm up for a twist. Can you shift the right hip back? Exhale, switch out the hands. Right hand down, left arm lifts, twist. Exhale that hand down. Walk the hands over towards the left foot and bend into the left knee for Skandasana. So you can stay high or you can come all the way down. Maybe bring your hands to prayer. Flex through the right foot if you're all the way down. And our transition from here is back into warrior two. So take your time. You can bring your hands back down if that's helpful. We launch ourselves back into warrior two. We'll do that 2 times. Exhale back down into Skandasana. Inhale up, warrior two. Once more, exhale down to Skandasana and up to warrior two. Straighten the front leg and come into triangle pose. Reach the fingers forward. Drop that right arm down. Lift the left arm up. One more breath in. And then left hand down to left hip, bend into the right leg, and we'll come forward into half moon. And use a block in the right hand if that's helpful. Straighten through the right leg, and maybe left arm lifts. Two more breaths here. Can you notice something new? As we come out of this, we'll bend slightly through the right knee. Bring the left hand down and we'll square the hips coming into half splits. So changing the direction of our hips here. Let the head move down towards the earth. And then when you're ready, exhale the left foot down next to the right, coming into a forward fold. Head is nice and heavy here. Knees can be bent. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. 2 more. Next breath, inhale, rise up, halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands through prayer. Noticing the right side of the body. And inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. And exhale, bring it through, low lunge. Inhale, arms reach forward. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, left arm rises. And then as you're ready, come up off of these right fingers and work your way to standing twist. Breath in. Exhale, drop the back arm, lift the front. And then inhale up to crescent lunge. And exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend into it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend and hold, taking your gaze out over your middle finger. Inhale up, star pose, heels in, toes out, jazz fingers. And exhale, forward fold. I'm underneath the fan today, and I've never noticed the way that the air moves when I do my little jazz fingers. That's interesting. Moving to our twists. Right hand down, inhale the left arm up here and wide leg forward fold twist. And exhale the left arm down. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale down. One more breath here in the fold, stretch through the low back. And then exhale, we'll come into Skandasana. So you decide how deep, bending into the right leg this time. Maybe the left heel flexes, Maybe hands come to prayer. And then we'll transition from Skandasana to Warrior Two. You can bring the hands down if that's helpful. Inhale up, Warrior Two. Exhale back, Skandasana. Inhale, like a lunge forward, but a graceful one. Exhale back. And inhale forward and hold. Straighten the front leg. Prepare for triangle on this side. Hips back, heart and chest forward. Keep reaching. And then left arm down, right arm up. And then as you're ready, we'll come into half moon here. Right hand can come to right hip. Bend into the left leg. And then straighten the left leg as you're ready. Opening up the hips. So if you grabbed your foot in side plank earlier in our practice, we're in the same position here. Well, our foot's not bent. You could grab that. But as far as the hips go, let's take 3 more breaths. And then we'll bend into the knee as we change the direction of our hips and bring the right hand down. Keep lifting the right heel up towards the sky. Half split. And then exhale, release it down. Bring your right foot down to meet the left, moving into a forward fold. Then let's inhale up halfway. And exhale, we're going to plant the hands and come into downward dog so that you can come into pigeon pose here. So pushing the hips back. And then we'll begin pigeon on the right leg. So inhale the right leg up and exhale, bring the right knee up by your right wrist. Right shin is parallelish to the top of the mat. Then pull the left leg back nice and long. Square through the hips here. Left hip forward, right hip back. Lift the torso. And before we come into sleeping pigeon, let's just take our hands out in front of us. You can tent the fingers. We'll come down incrementally. So exhale, come down 25%. And then inhale, rise back up. So let the heart drop down 50%. And then let the back body lift you back up. Drop down 75%. Back up. And then come down. Whatever 100% is going to look like today. You can make a pillow with your hands or rest on a block. So deep compression in the hip here. Can you find something new here? Maybe focusing on that breath of satisfaction changes your mindset here in pigeon. Let's take 4 more breaths. And then with your next inhale, let's slowly rise on up. Hands under the shoulders, tuck your back toe, and then come back to downward dog. Feel that rush of blood back into the right leg. And then we'll take the left leg up for pigeon on the other side. We'll go into it the same way, really taking our time. We square through the hips, reach the right toes back. Maybe play around with really pushing your toes into the ground. And then tent the fingers in front of you. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, heart comes down 25%. Inhale, back body rises. Exhale it down 50%. Inhale up. Exhale down 75%. And inhale up. And exhale down 100% on this side. Where can you soften? Where can the breath swirl around and open up a little bit more? Take 2 more breaths. And then as you're ready, we'll slowly rise up. Tuck your back toe. Come into your last downward dog of the morning. And then release, knees come down. You can cross the feet. We'll come back to seated. And bring the legs out in front of you. Knees bent. Feet on the ground. And let's lower ourselves all the way down onto our backs. So coming back to where we started. But what is different in your body? What has shifted with your breath? And what's the state of mind? Let's take 2 rounds of bridge pose here. Both feet parallel to the ground. And then arms reach towards your feet, bend at the elbows. Squeeze them in towards the torso, fingers towards the ceiling. And go ahead, let's do jazz fingers one more time. Well, maybe this isn't the last time. Exhale out all your air. Then as we inhale up, push down through the elbows. As you peel up, you can walk the elbows in just a bit. Push down through the feet. Heart comes up towards the chin. As we lift the hips up towards the sky. 2 more breaths here. And then lower the hands down and then 1 vertebrae at a time as we move our way. And unfurl the shoulders. Let's just take our arms out to the side and take a few windshield wipers. And then we'll come back towards center. We'll take 1 more round of bridge pose. Always interesting to go back into a posture. So you could change up your arms and grip them underneath you if you like. You could also take a block and do a more restorative posture for this second set. But when you're ready, exhale out all your air and then inhale and rise. Or maybe it's about just rolling the shoulder blades a teeny bit closer or pushing down through your toes. And we think of the energy of our knees moving towards the bottom of our mat and our heels moving towards our glutes. Just to give a little bit more rise here. Two more breaths. And let's slowly bring it down. Unfurl. And bring the knees in towards the chest. Let's extend the left leg long. Keep the right knee in. Squeeze it in towards the chest. And then take the right arm out to the side, left hand to right knee, and come into a twist here. We've done a fair amount of twisting today. If you feel some resistance, just ease out for a moment and then let the breath move you back in. One more breath in. And slowly unwind. We'll bring the right knee back in towards the chest. Squeeze it there. Flex through the left foot for a moment. And then bring the left knee in to join the right. Squeeze both knees in. And then take the hands over to the left knee and extend the right leg long. The left knee pulls in, shoulders down away from the ears. And then when you're ready, we'll take the left arm out to the side and right hand helps coax left knee across the body. Inhale as we reach through the crown of the head, and then exhale as we settle into the twist. One more breath in here. And slowly release back to center. Bring the left knee in towards the chest, flex through the right leg. And then right knee comes in to meet the left. So either stay here or take the knees wide and reach down for your feet or your ankles for happy baby pose. And also just grab behind the hamstrings. Take 3 breaths here. And slowly release. Come back through center. Place both feet on the ground. And then either open up to butterfly here, supine butterfly, or come into your final resting pose. I'm going to make this as a little pit stop along the way. And if there's another pose that is calling your name, listen and respond. We develop all sorts of patterns in our life, and many of them are very good and healthy and helpful. But it's also nice sometimes to notice, to ask ourselves why we do something a certain way. Give us a chance to see ourselves, each other, the world with new eyes. And so, as you rest in your final resting pose, if you're not already there, what does it look like to look upon yourself here and notice, to be grateful for your body, for the bones and muscles that move, sometimes unwillingly, and for the lungs that support you with breath, and for emotions that are sometimes hard to manage, but that give us a chance to feel. And so we rest into some moments of silence. And bring your focus to your navel and feel the rise and fall of the belly. And then notice your fourth toe, your second finger, and space behind your ears. Run your tongue along the roof of your mouth. Notice your eyelashes. From here, from this noticing, bring some small movement as we wake the body back up, come back into our space. You can bring arms up overhead as you're ready. And then come onto one side, curling into the fetal position. And give yourself the space to set an intention for the day or the week ahead. And as you are ready, rise on up to seated. Let's take a nice inhale. Arms come up overhead. And exhale, hands through, heart center.